So, yeah, go on, there you go. Bloody hell, what's wrong with this thing? Right, sorry about that. So the DNA sequence belonging to this rodent is being generated by a team of scientists in Liverpool and Liverpool University and at Norwich's Genome Analysis Centre. Okay, and they hope that this data could hold the key to understanding why cancers develop and spread in aging bodies. Early studies have suggested that the rat cells they do hold a tumor that has a resistant. The cells have a tumor-resistant capacity, rather, which is absent in other rodents or in humans. Now, Dr. Pedro Morales from the University's Institute of Integrative Biology, what a mouthful, said a rodent had fascinated scientists for years, but its extended lifespan was a recent discovery. So they aim to use this rat's genome to and they want to understand how it's got a level of resistance to cancers and stuff like that, and maybe they can find a cure for that as well. Now, another one which is kind of related to what I was talking about before, trying to get back to what I was talking about before, is the fact of the way how our society is played out, and how it seems that if you've got money, then the law doesn't apply to you. And I don't think that's far from the truth, to be honest, because it seems that way. If you are a rich person, one of those rich people who have, yeah, that's right, one of those rich people who can afford to pay for solicitors and afford to pay off the judge, nudge nudge, wink wink, then you can get away with pretty much anything. And if you're poor and you get caught with a load of drugs, then woe betide you, because you're going to have bigger problems on your case, especially if you get caught with it. Now, this is not fair. But another thing as well is that they want to try and claw back some of this money that's lost by limiting the amount of benefits that can be paid out. Why are they trying to cut back on benefits to try and save money? Why don't they go after the people that are doing all the tax evasion and the tax dodging and all that stuff? Why don't they go after them? Why are they going after the little people, those who don't really have a lot already as it is? Why are they going after them? Just, go and see if you can collect some of that tax money that's owed. At the moment, they've got a 50% tax rate right now. So if you've got a 50% tax rate, and if on the highest earners, if you earn over, is it 100 grand a year? I'm not sure if it's that what the threshold is right now. I'll check that in a sec. But if you earn over, I think it is over 100 or 150 grand a year, then it's a 50% tax rate. So half of that money goes on taxation, goes to the government. So then there should be like some sort of resolve in the black hole that they've got us in, all of this mess that they seem to have left us in. But no, it seems that they still want to go after the small people to save 10 million here and 30 million there. And this government, I think overall, their efficiency savings would be something like £8 billion a year. But the tax bill, the big tax bill is 10 times that. I know that for a fact, or at least 8 times that. It's a big amount. And if they was to go after all the people that have the offshore accounts and trying to hide their money, if they was to go after them, they'd be able to solve a lot more of the problems. But no, instead, we got them trying to reduce benefits and trying to take away food and money from those people who are already at the bottom of the society's ladder. These people need help. They don't need hindrance. And this is exactly what seems to be going on. And this is my problem with what we've got with the government right now, the coalition. This is getting on my nerves. Because it seems like left, right and centre, they want to cut everything without at least considering the damage that they're going to do. Yes, we do have a lot of bureaucracy. Yes, there are a lot of interfering busybodies that we've got interfering in our lives right now. But we still have to look after the small people in society. We still have to back entrepreneurs, people who want to try and start business, want to make something of their lives, who want to try and go forward. We can't keep punishing business by tax and tax and tax, rules, regulation, tax. How is a business supposed to flourish? This country was all about the small business and becoming a big business, entrepreneurs, people with ideas, so that they can try and move forward and make something of their life and not be forever on the daily grind, just doing the same thing. They can have a career. If you're ambitious and you want to do something like that, the opportunities used to be there. Now, all those opportunities have been taken away, and all you're left with is people either on benefits or people working in stupid jobs. And there's nothing in between. And the taxation as well is ridiculous. Tax inspectors ripped off businessmen by hundreds of thousands of pounds to increase their bonuses. It was told in a tribunal. That was on Wednesday. The taxman is ripping off hundreds of thousands of pounds of businesses. What about the big corporations and companies? Not, what, are you trying to close down all the small shops on the high street? The small man that's trying to make money so that it can live comfortable. These people are they're in the firing line of what these idiots have got planned for us right now. And it is getting worse. Why is customs... HM Revenue and Customs, they're paying benefits as well, tax credits. What kind of foolishness is that? Why are they paying benefits? This is all. This is what's so confusing. And the Revenue and Customs staff overtaxed shop owners to claim extra money. And this was blown by a whistleblower. I haven't given their name, but a whistleblower had to come out and spill the beans. Now, the HMRC were also accused of trying to cover up the corrupt practices. So not only have we got the police in Scotland, we're not even in Scotland now, but certain police officers who are bent and crooked, selling contact details and stuff like that to a newspaper, but we've also got HM Revenue and Customs overtaxing shop owners to claim extra money. And they're also accused of trying to cover up the practices. And every single time, when one of these people, the tribunal, if it involves a police officer, involves a customs officer, it all gets swept under the carpet, no further action. They get suspended for a little while on full pay or half pay or something like that. And then it's get brushed aside, everyone's supposed to forget about it. Well, what are we going to do about any of this? Or what can we do, I hear you say? If we all group together, maybe we could do something more than what we are doing right now. Because right now, we are doing nothing. And there is so much money that could be got back from that. At least that way, we'd be able to help those at the bottom, help the small people, the people them who are suffering because of the idiocy and the waste of money that have been done by this government here. There is, the trial is still ongoing. There was one case that was highlighted in this particular tax fraud, which saw a taxpayer landed with a bill for an extra £3,570 after adjusting their closing stock. And tax staff should have adjusted the opening stock of the next year by the same amount, but they didn't. The only reason for this was to boost the officers' statistics, which would lead to a bonus. So they were deliberately filling the system. This is what you get when you've got buddies like this, Customs and whatever Revenue, they've changed the name up, but this is what you get when you've got these people dealing with benefits and dealing with taxation at the same time. It doesn't work. The benefit system, especially when it comes to tax credits, is complicated. If you're anybody that's claiming tax credits, it is unbelievable. The Bible that you have to fill out what they give to you when they send it to you in the post. There are people who have got degrees, just the one, but they've got degrees who can't fill out the forms properly. So if you can fill out one of those tax forms correctly, or any benefits form, any government form, if you can fill it out correctly, then basically you are a genius. So you give yourself a pat on the back if you can do it, because there are a lot of people out there who can't. Now, if people can't fill out the flipping form that is being sent to them, then what the hell does the Revenue and Customs know about how the system is working? They can't. They cannot know anything because the forms that they're sending to people don't make no sense. So while everybody's running around all confused, trying to understand what is going on, these kind of cases of small businesses and people that shouldn't be people being overtaxed, and those who should be traced and should be taxed properly are allowed to get away with it. Like I said, it's affected the middle of society. So if you are in the middle with a nice job and you're trying to make a life, you're not earning too much, but you're not earning too little, if you're in that bracket there, then it seems like they're hell-bent on trying to get you. And there's also another thing about those people. What is it about all those people as well that they've got in common? They're probably all Labour voters, if I'm not mistaken. And that's what seems to be going on right now. They're desperate to try and target anybody who is a Labour voter. If you were in favour of Labour, they're doing it indirectly. That's like basically what's going on in Nigeria or any part of Africa, if you like. You know, they got tribal wars over people having this part and that, this one. I don't know. Also, a thing that kind of frightened me as well is that Skype video calls are going to come to Facebook. Facebook users can have video chats with friends in a new feature powered by Skype and available from Thursday. And users will be able to call their friends with a single click, either from within Facebook chat or directly from their friends' Facebook pages. The calls will require a one-time download of a piece of software within the browser, which Facebook says takes a matter of seconds and launches automatically immediately after it is downloaded. So then the invasion of privacy goes on and becomes more and more. So not only was MySpace brought by what's his name again? Justin Timberlake. Not only was MySpace brought by him, but now Skype has come into Facebook. They're going to integrate with each other. Oh, great! So people will be able to look at you and talk to you as if everybody knowing your business and it wasn't enough. Now you'll be able to talk and see everybody and you know, I don't know. I think maybe I'm getting this all a bit twisted. Maybe I should embrace the technology. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with the technology. Technology has its place and what have you. But what I am saying is that there is a limit to this stuff. What happened to the old piece of pen and paper? I still write my stuff down. No matter how many, I've got 2 computers, and no matter how many times I use these computers to do work and stuff like that, I've got printer and everything like that, I still come back to a piece of pen and paper. It seems to be a lost art these days. You should get back into it. It's involved. It's great. I know there's some people out there that probably haven't written this year, and maybe you should try and get involved in it, rather than tapping keys on your phone or on your computer, you know? I see it all the time, even when you're on the street, it makes me laugh. You're walking down the road, everybody's on their handheld devices, and tapping keys, walking on the road, you're just tapping your keys. That's all you can hear on the bus. It's like the sounds of like rabbits or what do you call it, squirrels, like just making that stupid. That's all you can hear, the buttons in the background. People just pressing all these buttons and updating statuses and uploading stuff and pictures and photos and just walking around like zombies, like just about missing lampposts and not crashing into people, almost tripping down stairs and falling over holes in the road and drain pipes and all this stuff. This madness. When I walk down the street, I try not to get buried in my phone, because it's very easy done. I try and keep it for when I'm like on the bus or when I'm doing something like that. But for the most part, unless I've got to read it or I need to update something, I got my phone in my pocket. I mostly use the internet for reference purposes. I do my thing on the social websites, and then I'm off reading about documents and checking what the government is doing. So I'm trying to use the technology constructive. So I am a fan of technology. It has its place. But when you've got the technology taking over people's lives and the media or the medium coming out through the technology, be it computer, internet, television, phone, whatever, the stream of information coming out right now is neither benefit to man nor beast. It helps nobody. There's no constructive, the technology is not being used constructive, and there's no constructiveness coming out of it. It just seems to be a constant stream of useless information, utter rubbish. Who cares about if you're feeding your plant or watering your pets? You know, it's all this kind of stuff that we've got going on right now, and it seems to be the link right now. It seems to be the thing, the one. Like, you know, everybody's down with it. Now, I'm not. I just try and utilize the tools and try and stay as far away from it as possible. You should always deal with these things at arm's length. What's happened to meeting up with people? You can't say the last time you ask yourself the last time, and the people that you're communicating with online, when's the last time when you've met up with them? You probably haven't seen hardly any of those people this year itself, unless you're one of those people that has a busy social life. But then again, you mostly communicate because it's easy. But as opposed to traveling to see somebody is hard. This is the problem here, you know what I mean? And the people seem to have distanced themselves away from. Maybe it's scary going to other people's house. You don't want to be outside your comfort zone. Because you know when you go to other people's house, you have to behave a certain way, or you got to take your shoes off, or you can't drink this, or you can't smoke. So you just want to be in your house, comfortable, relaxed, chilling. Is that not the case of it, eh, D? Who knows? At CrazyD175.
What's up beat, ha, we gonna beat them down, ha, to the ground.